I feel like at a certain point you have to tell people like get tougher.
Yeah.
Like if I
Train
was
more, get ready for it.
like if I was Brock won't do this because he's such an innovator. But if I was into Brock's shoes and people are like, "Oh, you need to be lighter," I'd be like, "You need to get tougher." Like
Yeah.
we're not doing this
Yeah.
to this isn't fantasy football where you can sit on the couch and eat chips and like our hobby is a physical hobby. You gotta at
Climbing
the
a
end of the
tree and then trek around the woods.
yeah, at the end of the day, if things go perfect, hike in, everyone's got their idea what perfect is. But like, let's take your hunt's about as perfect as it get. I'm gonna go in 300 yards. It's September, early season. I want a nice punch a tag early, feels great. We all want to do that. Okay, what does that mean? Hike in 300 yards, 90-degree heat. Well, you can't do that if you're, six multiples overweight, right?
Yeah.
You got to be a little fit. It's hot, sweaty. If you want to be good, you got to try to be like at a point physically where you can do that without like like puddle sweating.
Yep.
You know
Yep.
that
That's a big difference
helps.
too.
It
Cardio.
helps. You got to climb a tree, right? So you got to be able to move your body up a tree. Like that's physical. You got to shoot an animal, and if it goes well, you got to get that animal out. And how are you going to do that? There's no silver bullet for that one. Yeah, we could
No.
get you a 1 pound stand and a half-pound stick, but like, unless you're
You're
shooting
still
fawns, like you still have to pull out a heavy animal. And so at the end of the
yeah.
day, you have to be prepared for that. So if you're prepared for that, you're prepared to hike in with a 5 pound
Yeah,
stand
and
and
all of
two
a sudden the
two-pound sticks.
the pounds don't matter as much anymore. And like I think it's like you said, you mentioned it earlier, and I do think it's like high level, 10,000 foot. It is good to have that thought behind it because, but at the same time, like I don't shame people for wanting to tweak because I geek out over it from a modular technical standpoint. But you're right, like the people that think they can, oh, I'm not going to get into this until I can buy a Superfly. No.
Right.
I don't care if it's an Ion. I don't care if it's an old area like a Vanish. I don't care if it's a used one on Facebook Marketplace. Get into a cast, and it doesn't matter. One of the
Yeah.
guys I shot with this spring, he's just a killer. He goes a couple out of states a year. He got a really good managed property here in Minnesota. He was mobile hunting with a Vanish and X3s,
Yeah.
four of them, or three of them. Sorry, three X3s. And then I came there and we were doing some stuff, and he was looking at my setup, and he's like, "What's this?" I'm like, "It's like a mobile setup." He's like, "Dude, this is my mobile setup," and I was like, mind boggled, right?
Yeah.
But he did it for years. He did
Yeah.
it for years, and
I
and
used to
killed a
do
lot of
that
deer.
too.
Like so,
I
yeah,
used to
like
do that
it.
with a Lone Wolf, and they didn't. It was kind of like Lone Wolf's version of X3s, but I like built my own
Mhm.
like carry lanyard. Um,
Yeah,
so I had like the
like
backpack straps backpack, and then I put my
yeah,
backpack over that. Nothing was meant to work together, and then I just put four sticks, took a rope with a loop on both ends, looped them together, and put them across. I hated it because like you got your bow in one hand, you got your sticks bouncing off your leg on the other hand, your backpack's trying to fall off. Like I geek
yeah,
out over the systems. Like you give me the right tools that work together, I don't care what they
yeah,
weigh. But I also
yeah,
what I'm liking with like this the XOP, and this is where I think it's very unique perspective. I love the fact that with the X2 or the new ones and the platform like a Gamma with a backpack over it, I can get to my tree. I put my saddle harness on. I tie off my bow. I lay it down. I take my first X2. I put it as high as I can. Like I'm about the same height as you. I'm 6 foot
mm-hmm,
2. So I get pretty high up. Put that triple aider on. Right. I take my second
mm-hmm,
X2. I clip it into my belt. I go
yep,
up. I stand on the top of the first X2. One more. I put the aider on. I go up. I hang my platform. I get in my platform. I pull my bow up. I'm hunting. I'm not going down and up, down and up, down and up. With those X3s or any type of like a triple stick, you kind of have to go
yeah,
down and up and I
yeah,
hate that. Well, now I'm getting to a tree, and sure, if I have my favorite tree stand at my farm, it's set up. Like there's something about it
yeah,
that I'll
yeah.
never truly go away from that. But that's
Oh
like
yeah,
one
dude.
stand. Other than that, if I can get into a tree in like 7 extra minutes, like it's not as
You
ideal.
get fast at the more you do it too. Like once you
Yeah.
get comfortable with this, with like I remember
But if you have like 10
one of
extra
our
minutes, now you can hunt any one of your private trees.